Patrick.
You're dumb. You suck. You're fat. You're not good enough. These are all words that we've heard before, and probably all words that we, myself included, have been called before. Now try to think about how you felt and reacted when you were called these things. Now what if I told you that these words could have zero effect on yourself or your mind? That's what the power of mindsets can do. Mindset, defined as an attitude, disposition, or mood, is an incredibly powerful tool in determining the success or failure of a person. We all have a certain way of looking at the world, a way of interpreting the events that happen to us. This is our mindset, and has a huge impact on our success in life. Show of hands, who here wants to be successful? Okay. Now what if I told you that having a strong mindset could lead to that success that an overwhelming amount of you want to achieve? Let me give you an example. Imagine two people who are given the same task to complete. One person has a fixed mindset. They believe that their abilities are set in stone and that they can't do anything to change them. The other person has a growth mindset. They believe that through hard work and dedication, they can improve upon their abilities. Now, who do you think is more likely to become successful? The person with the growth mindset, of course, because they're more likely to put in the effort to improve their abilities and ultimately achieve their goals. Now, this isn't just a theory. There's a lot of research that backs up the power of mindset. Studies have shown that students with a growth mindset perform better in school, athletes with a growth mindset improve their abilities more quickly over time, and entrepreneurs with a growth mindset are more successful in their businesses. So why is this? It all comes down to the way we interpret the events that happen to us. If we have a fixed mindset, we see failure as a reflection of our abilities. We believe that if we fail, we're just not good enough. But if we have a growth mindset, we see failure as an opportunity to learn and grow. We believe that if we fail, we just need to work harder and smarter. We can relate this to school. We can relate this to school as well. We are constantly stressed out and worried about the grades we receive on tests, quizzes, projects, etc. Yet if we had a strong mindset, we wouldn't be worried about that because we wouldn't be afraid to fail. Instead, we would accept the grade we got, and if we weren't happy with it, use that as an opportunity for advancement. The same can be said in sports, specifically running. As many of you know, I've been able to find success in running, but mostly that's just because I think I have a stronger mindset than anyone else out there. When you step on that line, you can't be afraid to fail. You can't be afraid to go out fast, even if you know everyone else on the line is faster than you. That's because running is more of a mental battle than anything. You have to fight with your mind in order to push yourself as hard as you can go. You have to tell your mind, I can go faster and I will go faster, and you have to have the ability to run as hard as you can for as long as possible. Now, this is not an easy task to complete, and that's why running almost inherently builds a stronger mindset, because you're pushing your body, you're pushing your mind more than your body can take it. And at the end of the race, you always think to yourself, could I have gone just half a second faster? And the answer is almost always yes. And that automatically leads to more improvement and more advancement in next races. So if you weren't happy with your last race, you can't be discouraged. You have to look at it as an opportunity to advance and do better in your next race. Now this is why it's so important, because it just can't be used in running, it can be used in all aspects of life. Because if we want to achieve our goals in life, we need to be able to overcome those setbacks and failures and look towards what's next. We need to be able to stay motivated and focused even when it gets tough. A strong mindset helps us develop resilience, which enables us to push through the hard times and come out, Alright, perfect. Come out the other side stronger and more capable than ever. So how do we cultivate a strong mindset? It starts with the stories we tell ourselves. If we constantly tell ourselves that we're not good enough or can't do something, we'll start to believe it. But if we tell ourselves that we're capable of anything we set our minds to, we'll start to believe that too. So if we ever find ourselves discouraged, stressed out, it can simply be a result of our mindset. Instead, we should try to shift our mindset and look at the positives and why we aren't stressed out or why we aren't discouraged. In a study referenced by Kelly McGonigal in her 2013 TED Talk, she says that participants who experienced high levels of stress had an increased risk of death, but only if they believed stress to be harmful. Those who experienced high stress levels but did not see it as harmful were no more likely to die. So McGonigal suggests that you should perceive your body's physiological response to stress, like a pounding heart and racing mind, as your body's natural response to the rise to challenge and overcome it, as opposed to a signal that something is wrong. So essentially, stress is only stressful if we let it become so. If we view stress as a problem, then our mind will inherently think it's a problem and become stressed out. However, if we have a strong mindset, we can view stress as something that naturally occurs and then be able to overcome it. So having a strong mindset enables a person to alter their reality and control what their situation is like. And building a strong mindset is important because it gives the individual the confidence to take risks and trust in their own abilities, even in the face of failure. So I'm pretty sure we have all experienced times in our life where we felt there was simply too much going on. But can you remember how you felt and reacted when these things happened to you? Did you give up? Did you shut down and let more things pile on? Or did you buckle down and get your stuff done? Your mind probably had a pretty big effect on what you decided to do. But if during that situation you saw all your tasks and problems as something that's not stressful to you or not an issue, you might have had a different reaction. And in order to have a strong mindset, you have to view struggles as a natural occurrence, because everyone goes through struggles in life. It's just a part of life and what we go through. And it's not necessarily a problem, it's just something that happens and we have to be able to overcome it. And that's how we build a strong mindset. Speaking of struggles, it's also important to focus on our strengths and abilities rather than our weaknesses and limitations, because we all have areas where we struggle and areas where we excel. But when we focus on our strengths, we build confidence and momentum, and we start to see ourselves as capable and competent, which motivates us to keep pushing forward. Now, we all have struggles that we should focus on in order to get better, but we can't hyper-focus on them, because if we focus on what we're bad at, our mind inherently will think we're bad. And we all know ourselves, and we have to be able to find that line between strengths and struggles in order to build a stronger mindset for ourselves. Now, this new generation is almost weaker than ever. Everything anyone says can be offensive. People are so much more sensitive nowadays, and it's almost just created a softer society. You see people getting canceled left and right for such a minuscule things. People waste money on therapists, counselors, when they simply just could be working on their mindset. And we love to create excuses for ourselves as well. We say, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I need a mental health day. Oh, I need a break. And that just simply creates a softer mindset. And I don't understand why we as a society like to create these things, because as we've seen before, having a weak mindset leads to failure. So why as we as a society create situations where we accept these things when a strong mindset leads to success? So if this new generation wants to become successful, they're going to be able to change their mindset and shift it in a way where they can't become successful. So having a strong mindset is key to achieving success in life, as it determines how individuals think and act in the face of challenge. A strong mindset equips people with the confidence to take on risky tasks, the resilience to keep going despite difficulties, and the power to truly reach and set ambitious goals. And however, having a strong mindset is a lifelong journey. It just doesn't happen overnight. You have to wake up and say to yourself, today I'm going to have a strong mindset. And it's a difficult thing to do, but it's something that comes with success. So now I'm going to come back to the question I started with. Who here wants to be successful? Now a lot of you know how and why you become successful, and why having a strong mindset has such a big impact on that. Thank you.